Hello everyone, my name is Konstantin Alexeyev. I'm a tattoo artist with over 12 years of experience. And I've been experimenting using modern technology in tattooing. I start my career by learning new Oriental and New School styles of tattooing. All through, I now prefer biomechanical, surrealism and realism. I also like to do many of my tattoos incorporating some freehand technique. I always wanted to continue growing as an artist, so I started doing CG, 3D modeling and sculpture, even using some of these same techniques for my tattoo designs. Recently, this has also extended to using AI in my design process. Today, I would like to share some of my knowledge on how you too can use artificial intelligence in creating tattoo designs. Now let's check how it actually works in our professional tasks. This is my personal experience using AI, and it includes using the simplest elements as well as using services with maximum control over every aspect of the composition. You may be familiar with the following situations. Oh my god, where I can find the perfect pictures for tattoos besides Google Images. There are AI images of a lion, of roses and Jesus that never existed before. Or, hey, here is an old photograph of my grandfather. Can you tattoo it? Unfortunately for me as a tattoo artist, all the details in this photograph were brutally blurred. This was the only photograph my client had of his grandfather. Today it's not a problem anymore because we have AI tools that can easily restore an old picture and even upscale it to 4K. Clients, why do you come in with such blurry pictures? Okay, the good news is that we know what to do with them. Here is another example of what AI can do. My client wanted to touch up his portrait tattoo of a Native American woman. Let's make her as beautiful as never before and use the new image for cover-up work. Or let's say you made a cool sketch, but you didn't have time to color it and you need to send it to your client ASAP. Don't worry, AI will turn it into an epic concept in a matter of minutes, in a matter of styles. Here I have made a character from various pieces, but it looks pretty drafty. And yes, again, just a few minutes and in front of you are several options with the quality that you could never even dream of. All of these transformations that you just saw took me only 5 minutes thanks to the AI. I had to spend much more time learning and finding all of these programs and services to solve each of these individual problems. If you are a beginner in this, then a bunch of incomprehensible new words, applications, services, and techniques should not scare you. Remember, you probably had a similar experience with Photoshop or Procreate. And I want to say that this is much easier than the process of studying those two programs. And lucky you, I'm here to help you figure it all out. Nowadays, you can find a huge number of different AI tools on your phone. but many of them have rather low quality models and most of the time cannot produce the quality that you need for a tattoo. Therefore, for the first step in using AI, I have collected the simplest but at the same time very effective services that you can start using today without any special preparation. Almost all of them are free but usually require a subscription for more active use. Relight. This is a service that allows you to change lighting and add light sources of different colors. Just upload a picture. For best results, I recommend starting with one in monochrome. Here you can see 3 unique light sources, all on the same image. They can be removed or changed in position, brightness, color, and size. I found out that it doesn't work well with all objects, but it works great with people. Also, this app is completely free to use. Rimini. This is one of the best upscaler options that you can find. It's probably one of the simplest yet very cool features. You've already seen the example of restoring an old photo of the grandfather. Rimini does a pretty good job, and it only takes a couple of minutes. You can see how good it is, even on the other objects, not just faces. There are mobile applications, as well as a website. The free version I use should be enough for most of you, and I personally don't see the reason to upgrade. Meitu is an application from Chinese developers. It's a universal app which can be used for a variety of tasks. Let's review some of its features. I'm using AI art here. The image quality on this app is also a good upscaler. There are photo coloring, remove background, and background expansion, which also work quite well. For example, photo coloring. Uploading any monochrome picture gives us a quite good colored version of it. Good and simple. Let's go into more details on the AI art. Here I use 2 very useful features. The first one is image to image. This is my favorite. Image to image is a technology which can generate a new image using an existing image as reference. Check this out. Here we have an image that we're uploading, and the app gives us 3 versions based on 3 different models. As you can see, all the models are in anime style. This is because these models were trained on anime pictures. But if you are not satisfied with these results, then you can try any one of the models below. They produce more diverse anime-styled art. Some of them more realistic, some of them more Pixar-styled. The second feature is called AI Painter and used for coloring your sketches or line drawings. There is a small selection of models, but sometimes you can get amazing results. The trick with it is to specify the prompt in detail. As you can see here, the word Phoenix was not enough and I had to add several clarifying words, bird and fire, which are referred to as tokens, and it should help to get closer results. Sometimes 3 tokens are enough, and sometimes you are gonna need 30. But keep this in mind, the more tokens you add, the less attention AI will pay to each of them. A soup analogy will be a good one here. Prompt is a soup and tokens are ingredients. For example, Phoenix is a chicken, bird is broccoli and fire is spices. If you want to add beef, carrots, pineapple and Jack Daniels, the results may be less predictable. Why do we see a girl's head instead of a bird's head? It's just the model was trained mainly on human faces and just 4 chickens. But as you can see, we definitely got a few good variations. This application is free of charge and the Pro version would cost $8 per month. Midjourney. This AI is very popular and probably known to some of you in the audience. In my opinion, the interface leaves much to be desired, and you will have to walk through the Discord Messenger. In Midjourney, there are not as many functions for controlling the generation of images, but at the same time, the Midjourney model itself, and specifically the newest version, version 5, produces art of incredible beauty and detail. Midjourney can make very cool but sometimes rather random results. Often this is enough to get a badass reference for your tattoo. My favorite way to use Midjourney is to generate multiple images and use different parts of each. I combine them in Photoshop and then feed the new image, which might look a little rough, back into another AI app which can polish it and turn it into one cohesive work of art. But it doesn't have to be so complicated. Here for our prompt, let's try something simple like skull and roses. You can see it in different styles here, and it looks pretty similar in each option. You can change styles or some parameters by using special tokens, and there is also a setting command that can give you more control. Let me show you some more interesting techniques here. I've put a prompt about Jesus looking up to the sky. I like number 2, so I can click V2 to get more versions of this picture. Yes, this one looks perfect. And here I like number 4. I clicked U4 to get upscaled version. Good. And now the magic tool. The new function is called InPaint. InPaint is very useful for when you want to replace only a select part of the image. Clicking this bottom vary region, and for example, I want to do some cool sunglasses. And there it is. You can also extend a picture in certain directions. Here I want to extend the picture to the bottom, and I'm writing Assault Rifle M4 as a prompt. It looks cool enough. Also, you can easily extend your picture in all directions. This function is called zoom out. You can see how it's perfectly extending the original picture, the gun and arms. I'm sorry, but I cannot stop here because this just works so well. I want to show you a few more examples of how to use this. Now I'm choosing the lasso tool and selecting the background area, and the prompt is an American flag. I think it looks epic and ultra patriotic, but not as epic as an eagle sitting on the gun. Yeah, now this picture is really coming together. And you can see the quality is good enough even for an Independence Day billboard. Okay, just the last trick here is the image to image function. You can upload any picture you have here, then copy the URL to the uploaded picture. Paste it right after imaging prompt, then any prompt you want. You'll get a very similar picture, but in a more artistic way. Also, you can add any other styles here and control how far the results deviate from the original image. Unfortunately, Midjourney is not free and there is no trial period. I used the initial subscription of only $10 per month, which is so worth it. Stable Diffusion is right now the most powerful of all AI tools. The Stable Diffusion, you have absolute control over the image generation, and everything you see in any other services get its inspiration from Stable Diffusion. You can start getting acquainted with this interface using the following online service: Gravity Diffuse. Gravity Diffuse is a stable diffusion neural network interface in which almost all existing neural models can be used. Please don't be scared. The interface here is actually way easier than in Photoshop once you get used to it. Yes, you need to spend several hours mastering the most important functions, but you can easily find many tutorials on YouTube. By repeating the technology from my video step by step, you will immediately find it's no more complicated than programs you're already using. It's quite simple. First, we select a model. The text-to-image tab is a classic text-to-image generation mode, but the ControlNet function is more interesting here. This is what turns an ordinary sketch or line work or any picture into the style and colors you need. I'm uploading a line work here. ControlNet model is like LineArt or Kenny. We can write our prompt: Phoenix, Firebird, Cinematic, Epic, High Detailed. There are some settings that we can control. If we don't like the result, we'll spin it again, change the prompt or settings, and here is another version. if you want it in a different style. Watercolor? You can see how I'm changing the prompt. Yes, pretty easy. ControlNet can also change a character's pose by copying the pose from the reference or creating your own pose in a special editor. I'll show you a very quick example of copying a pose. Here we have a Zeus prompt, but now I just upload a reference with a special pose I want. Choosing an open pose as a ControlNet model, generate, now you can see Zeus copied the pose from the reference. This is a skeleton that we got from the reference picture. Cool, isn't it? And here is the second example where I use the OpenPose editor. It's here. This framework lets you set up whatever pose you want, even hands with fingers. There are a lot of parameters that you can control here. Place camera at whatever angle. After you set everything, just send it to the previous text-to-image window. Now this pose is here in the ControlNet panel. Generate. Zeus copied the pose from the skeleton that we just created. Okay, very simple. Next step is image to image. The worst quality pictures should be uploaded here. I'm writing the prompt with what I want to see there. Changing some settings. And thank God, it looks much more usable now. We are getting a really good result, but I don't like how the eyes are closed. I'm sending this image to InPaint, masking the areas that I want to change. And my prompt is for beautiful eyes. I made a couple changes in the settings and just hit generate. Those eyes looks much better. The last function I'm gonna show you is Upscaler. I love it here. The extra step is only used for upscaling. Remember the photo of client's grandfather? Upload it here. Select Upscaler. This one is good for realistic images. These settings works perfect for faces. I think it's the best upscaler ever. Look at all these details. Specifically for Midjourney and Stable Diffusion, there are a huge number of tutorials, useful articles and videos that you can easily find on YouTube. I'm also creating videos to dive deeper into these apps and services that you can saw today. Therefore, I will be glad to see you on my Instagram checking updates about upcoming AI tutorials. And as a bonus, I want to share with you some other services and helpful links that you definitely have to check out. Leonardo AI is an excellent service for in-depth control of generative images. You can run it on your phone or through the website, and I recommend the second option because there are some really cool features. Both ways have a very simple interface. First of all, I recommend you to check out the community feed. There you'll find artworks created by other Leonardo users. You can see trending images and which model and settings were used to create each picture. This button will send all the settings to your interface, so you can try to repeat this image or change it however you want. Imagine super simple interface. It contains high quality models close to Midjourney's level. It has a huge number of high quality styles and settings. A premium subscription costs $7 per week to enjoy advanced features. It seems quite expensive to me, but the quality of the generations is very good. You can try it for free. Magic Poser. I use it to put the character in a certain pose. Here you can even change the location of the fingers. Everything is very simple. And then, through the image-to-image function, I can process the image in any neural network. Congratulations, we are done! Thanks to everyone who watched this video. Never stop growing as artists. Remember, AI is just another tool. I want to say big thanks to my Fame Tattoos brothers and the All Stars Tattoo Convention team for your support and inspiration. Before I say bye, I would like to remind you that you can get the complete presentation with all links to each application if you click the link under this video. I also preparing more detailed videos on each of those applications on my IG page, so it might be worth a follow. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me on there. Now bye, see you soon.